Welcome to part 3. Now, based on everything that we have learned today, in this lecture, we will look into previous year's CBSE questions, the questions which have previously come in our CBSE exams. Now, each of these questions are unique in their nature. They might be very simple or they might be a little complicated, but these are the questions that follow a pattern of CBSE board exams. So, let's move into the lecture and look at these questions. Hi. Let's look into our previous year question that have come from the topic probability. Now, probability is a very important chapter in terms of questions that are asked from this. Every exams from here onwards, be it JEE or exams after that at the post-graduation level of GRE, GMAT, SAT and every other exam that you face, probability for sure will be asked in the exam. That is why at this level itself, probability becomes very important. Let's look at our first question. It says that Harpreet tosses 2 coins simultaneously. Okay, say one coin is of rupee 1 and the other coin is of rupee 2. What is the probability that she gets at least one head? Now, the point of rupee 1 and rupee 2 has been just given to confuse you. Okay, when you toss 2 coins, this is the sample space that you get. Head, 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 tail, tail, head, tail, tail. Alright. Now out of these 3, this is the sample space. So the probability of getting at least one head is out of 4. I have at least one head here. I have at least one head here. I have at least one head here. So it will be 3 by 4. So this will be the probability of my first question. Let's look into our next question. Our next question says a bag contains cards which are numbered from 2 to 90. Okay, now see, cards are numbered from 2 to 90. 1 is not there, so the total number of cards is 89. You just need to remember this. A card is drawn at random from the bag. Find the probability that it bears an even number. Okay, so this is the question that is there. Now, when I have from 2 to 90, I have 89 cards. Okay, now of this 89, there has to be one extra for either even or odd, but as you see, it starts with an even number, ends with an even number. So it has to be that 45 of them are even and 44 of them are odd. So if I pull out any card out of 89, the chance for it to be even, it is 45 by 89. Right? So this is my question number 2. Question number 3 says a card is drawn at random from well shuffled pack of 52 playing cards. I need to find the probability of getting a red face. Now remember, in terms of cards, what did we know? That there are 26 red cards and there are 26 black cards. Okay, so the probability of getting a red face is being asked. So each deck has 3 face cards, right? So there will be 6 red cards and 6 black cards, right? So to get a red face card is 6 by 52, right? So this will be my probability. Okay, you can reduce it. Alright, moving on to the question number 4. It says that a die is thrown once. Okay, what is the probability of getting a number greater than 4? Now it has to be greater than 4, so the options are 5 and 6. Okay, now to get 5 and 6 out of a total would be probability of getting greater than 4 would be 2 out of 6 numbers, right? There are 6 numbers. Out of this, to get 2 numbers would be 2 by 6. So the answer would be 1 by 3. Question number 5 says card bearing numbers 1, 3, 5 up till 35 are kept in a bag. Okay, a card is drawn at random from the bag. Find the probability of getting a card bearing a prime number that is less than 15, a number divisible by 3 and 5. Now it has 1, 3, 5, 7 and things like that. Okay, now over here, to get a prime number less than 15, okay, first of all we need to figure out how many cards are there. Okay, so from 1, 3, 5, if I go up till 35, I basically have 18 numbers, right? Because 30 would, at 34 I would have equal number of even and equal number of odds, 17 even, 17 odds, and over here since I have only odds, I would have had 17 odds. Adding 35 to it will give me 18 numbers. Okay, now if a card is drawn at random, find the probability of getting a card bearing a prime number less than 15. So for one, prime numbers which are less than 15 are 3, 5, 7, 11 and 13. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will be 5 by 18. This will be the probability of our first part. Now the number divisible by 3 and 5. So it has to be divisible by both 3 as well as 5. It cannot be either with 3 or 5. So basically it has to be divisible by 15. Why? Because it is a factor of, it will be a factor of both 3 and 5. So of all the numbers that you see over here, if you write it down, you will find that there are only 2 numbers which will be divisible by that. One 15 and the other 30. So that is these 2 numbers. So the probability of divisible by 3 and 5 is 2 by 18, which is 1 by 9. So this will be your probability for these 2 questions. Now remember, in this solvings, I have not put in a lot of words or sentences that are required. Whenever you will be writing in your exams, you need to make sure that each point that you think or what I have spoken about, it needs to be put in words. Okay, follow these important procedures in all your exams and you will be highly regarded. So guys, that was all in our probability. We come to the end of this chapter. So you can go through this lecture, go through the questions and solve our sample paper of probability to gain more and more confidence. So that is all in our probability chapter. Stay tuned for more videos with Ask IITians. Thank you. Hi everyone. Now while going through the lecture, if you have any queries, you can post it on our website. First of all, you'll have to go to askIITians.com and in this over here you'll find Ask a Question category. When you go to this page, you will have Ask Experts. In this you select your category of question and post it over here. You can also post an attachment if you have any, or else press get answer, put in your email ID and other details and post it. So guys, with this part we come to the end of our chapter probability. Now there are 2 things that you need to remember. Probability is the mathematics of chance, and number 2, everything is dependent on the sample space. If you are able to calculate the sample space correctly, more or less you will get your probability to be correct. Probability is something that is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. No matter which exam you give in future, one question from probability will be asked for sure. Be it your JEE exams which you might give after 12th, or maybe the exams after that like GRE, GMAT. So getting all the concepts cleared of probability is very important. So guys, that was all for probability. Stay tuned for more videos with Ask IITians. Thank you.